Welcome to AI Crypto Pulse, your daily dose of crypto updates, AI-driven insights, and market trends. Today, we need to talk about something that's been catching a lot of attention, Crypto.com and its native token, CRO. Over the past few weeks, CRO has faced some serious volatility. The price has been slipping, and many investors are asking the same big questions. Why is CRO falling? Where could the bottom be? And what's next for both CRO and the broader crypto market? Now, before diving deeper, let's set the stage. The world of crypto is never a straight path. It's full of ups and downs, sometimes extreme ones. When we look at CRO, Ethereum, or even Bitcoin, we have to balance short-term struggles with long-term opportunities. And right now, we're in one of those periods where the downside feels heavy. But as you'll see in today's discussion, there are also some major developments on the horizon that could set the stage for the next rally. Let's start with the obvious. CRO has been under pressure. Over the last couple of trading sessions, the token has moved lower, and a lot of that has to do with what's happening in the broader crypto market. It's not just CRO. Ethereum, Bitcoin, and countless altcoins have been struggling out. One major reason for this drop has been liquidations. On a single day recently, more than $1 billion worth of positions were liquidated in the crypto space. Just a few days before that, there was another wave of liquidations totaling nearly $1.7 billion. When you see numbers like that, it's no surprise the market takes a hit. Big liquidations force prices down, which then triggers more stop losses, and the whole cycle feeds on itself. Now, when it comes to CRO specifically, the price has struggled to break through resistance around the 37-cent mark. Every time it tries, sellers step in and push it lower. And unless the broader market, especially Ethereum and Bitcoin, shows stronger momentum, CRO is unlikely to push past those levels. This is why we've seen it retrace recently and why many traders are bracing for the possibility of even lower levels before a bounce. Ethereum plays a massive role in this story. For weeks, I've been warning that ETH could drop to around $4,000 or even lower in September. And guess what? That's exactly what happened. ETH slipped right into that zone, and when Ethereum takes a hit, altcoins like CRO often follow high. The simple truth is this: the entire altcoin market tends to move in correlation with Ethereum's health. If ETH is strong and trending higher, CRO has a much better chance of recovering. But when ETH stumbles as it has in September, CRO struggles even more. September has historically been a rough month for crypto, and 2025 has been no different. The market has been bleeding, but here's the interesting part. October is often a completely different story. Historically, Bitcoin has averaged 21% gains in October and an even more impressive 50% average gain in November. Now, does history guarantee the same thing will happen this year? Of course not. But markets do have seasonal patterns, and many traders are already looking ahead to October and November as potential rebound months. So while September may have been a painful correction, the setup for October could actually be quite promising. And if Bitcoin and Ethereum start to recover, CRO is almost certainly going to benefit as well. Beyond the price action, there's also some major news happening behind the scenes that you need to know about. Crypto.com has been invited to take part in a very exclusive regulatory roundtable at the end of September, specifically on September 29th. This roundtable is being hosted by the SEC and CFTC, two of the most powerful regulatory bodies in the United States. The main focus of this meeting is on something called regulatory harmonization. That's just a fancy way of saying they want to figure out how to bring traditional finance and digital finance under a more unified regulatory framework. Right now, crypto often falls into a gray area. Sometimes it's regulated like a commodity, sometimes like a security, sometimes like neither. This confusion slows down growth, creates uncertainty for companies, and makes it harder for institutions to fully embrace the space. But the fact that the SEC and CFTC are sitting down with key players, names like Crypto.com, Kraken, Circle, Ripple, and even Tether, shows that regulators are at least trying to move toward clarity. And let's not overlook how significant it is that Crypto.com is included in these conversations. Out of all the exchanges and platforms out there, they were chosen to represent a voice at the table, That says a lot about their reputation, influence, and role in shaping the future of digital assets. So what does all of this mean for CRO holders? Well, it means two things. First, in the short term, you need to be prepared for more volatility. If Bitcoin drops further, say toward the $100,000 level or below, CRO could very well fall to around 16 cents or even as low as 10 cents. That might sound scary, but it's just the reality of how altcoins behave during sharp Bitcoin corrections. When Bitcoin dominance rises, altcoins usually suffer harder. But second, in the long term, these regulatory developments are a very bullish sign. Being part of high-level discussions with regulators shows that Crypto.com is not just another exchange, it's becoming part of the institutional fabric of this industry. That kind of recognition builds trust, and trust is exactly what's needed for mainstream adoption. Bitcoin's key levels. If Bitcoin holds above critical support levels, altcoins like CRO will have a better chance to stabilize. But if Bitcoin slides further, expect CRO to dip deeper. Ethereum recovery. ETH needs to get back above its recent lows. If Ethereum can find momentum again, it will drag the altcoin market, including CRO, back up. Regulatory announcements. The September 29th meeting could bring some very important updates. Even if nothing concrete comes out immediately, just the fact that these talks are happening with industry leaders is a bullish signal. October seasonality. Watch how the market reacts once September closes. If history repeats, October could be the month we see a rebound, and November might be even stronger. So to wrap this up, yes, CRO is under pressure right now, and yes, it could still go lower in the short term. But don't lose sight of the bigger picture. Crypto.com is building legitimacy at the highest levels of regulation. The seasonal trends are turning in crypto's favor, and if Bitcoin and Ethereum can stabilize, CRO has plenty of room to recover. Remember, crypto investing is about patience. It's about surviving the downturn so you can benefit from the upswings. So, stay informed, stay cautious, and most importantly, don't let short-term fear blind you to long-term opportunity. This content is for educational and informational purposes only. It is not financial advice. Always do your own research before making any investment decisions. If you enjoyed this update, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss the latest crypto news and insights.